This is the brand new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, and I want to compare it to the Pixel 9 Pro XL. So I spent a couple of hours getting to know this phone intimately. Samsung did invite me and a couple of other creators to a behind the scenes event. And as I was with the phone, just finding out its in and outs, it hit me that it is always difficult to get all the new features all at once. So while I had the phone, I tried to focus on the important things that you guys would like to know and see if the new Samsung flagship compares to the Google flagship. A like and a sub would go a long way in helping more people see this video. So Samsung versus Google. Let's begin. The S25 Ultra's design is in line with what most flagship phones will be in 2025. You have a square frame, a glass back with a matte finish, and a flat display. Samsung completely rounded out its corners on the S25 Ultra and made it thinner, so no more sharp edges that made the S24 Ultra quite difficult to hold onto. The design looks good to me because it's thinner, more comfortable, and just feels premium in my hand. And I think it's getting difficult to implement a high screen to body ratio and still maintain that comfortability, but the S24 Ultra, or rather the S25 Ultra, doesn't fall into that trap. However, what I don't really like are the colors. They are mostly muted and dull, and I can't really explain why Samsung did it this way, but that's just how it looks. It has 4 colors: black, gray, white silver, or silver blue. I miss those days when the Ultra series had vibrant colors, and I expect that to be on the limited edition feature line that Samsung usually has. On the other hand, I think the Pixel 9 Pro XL just has better colors, and I've always liked the design from day one. It follows the same square rounded design as the S25 Ultra. It always has been comfortable, and even though it's not exactly the thinnest phone when you compare it to the S25 Ultra, I believe it can go toe to toe. However, there is one aspect that I feel the S25 Ultra will have an advantage in, and that is how scratch resistant it can be. It has the 2nd generation Corning Gorilla Glass armor, and let's just say it is far better than what the Pixel 9 Pro XL has. This is my Pixel 9 Pro XL after 5 months. It has so many scratches, and I feel that I wouldn't have these scratches if I had a case on mine. So if you're looking for a case for that brand new phone, that brand new S25 Ultra, I think this is the perfect segue into today's sponsor, PITAKA, and these great cases for the S25 series. So this is the brand new and the updated tactile woven cases. I think PITAKA did a great job in combining lightweight material with a confident grip, gorgeous looks, and an amazing protection for your brand new S25 Ultra. PITAKA really is the pioneer of aramid fiber cases, and they're the leading brand that uses fusion weaving technology to enhance the possibilities of this material. I had these cases back then with the S24 Ultra, and these ones right now have upgrades like better protection with the titanium colored camera ring, a stronger magnetic strength for your accessories. They also have a brand new logo, which is pretty cool, and of course, better S Pen optimization. If this is something you're interested in, click that link in my description right now, and you can get one of the best cases for the S25 Ultra today. Thanks again to PITAKA for sponsoring this video. The display of the S25 Ultra is mostly the same as the S24 Ultra. Same QHD plus resolution of 3120 by 1440, same dynamic AMOLED 2X screen, same refresh rate, and the same anti-glare display from the S24 Ultra, which is still an underrated feature. So yeah, everything is literally the same. Well, maybe 2 things. It is 6.9 inches tall from 6.8 inches on the S24 Ultra, and peak brightness goes as high as 3000 nits, and that is all. You can say that they make the best displays and there is no need to fix what isn't broken, but it feels like Samsung is going the same Apple route with making small updates with each phone. So while I'm kind of disappointed with the display of the S25 Ultra, when I compare it to the Pixel 9 Pro XL, it is better, especially when you add that anti-glare feature. But apart from that, everything is more or less the same on a surface level. Even how you unlock the phone is the same. Same fingerprint sensor, same face unlock speed. Might as well just give this round a tie. Okay, with the battery, it's the same. It's the same from last year and the year before and the year before. We have a 5,000 mAh of battery, which is still a high number if I'm being honest, and the same charging capability. This is again disappointing, and I know that battery differs from person to person, even depends on the software itself, but it feels like low effort, especially when OnePlus just put out a 6,000 mAh battery phone that charges up to 80 watts and also puts a charger in the box in some regions. Like Samsung, what are you doing? Because you've essentially packaged the S24 Ultra into a new body. Anyway, the 9 Pro XL packs in 5,060 mAh of battery, but again, battery size is never the sole decider of a battery comparison. The Pixel generally still consumes battery more than most flagships due to its processor. Now, remember when I did the comparison between the S24 Ultra, it outperformed the Pixel 9 Pro XL in this category despite having a bigger battery. But I'm not sure if the S25 Ultra will do the same because it features an improved processor while still maintaining the same size and of course fast charging capabilities. I'll probably need to see how the improved processor affects the battery performance before calling this. So for now, we're going to pin this till further notice. At least with this performance and software improvements, they decided to switch it up just a little bit. This has the brand new Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, the latest from Qualcomm, and we've already seen what the performance can do on the OnePlus 13, and I'm expecting similar or even better performance in some cases, especially because this was made for Galaxy phones. Now, with the limited time that I had with it, it was very good. Apps open on time, the experience of switching between apps was also fast, and if I'm being honest, I did not expect a lapse in performance. Unlike the Pixel, which struggled to match the performance of the S24 Ultra in my last comparison, image processing was also slow, and if you played games, it wasn't exactly the fastest and it also heated up very quickly. Even with 16 gigs of RAM on the Pixel 9 Pro XL, I expect the S25 Ultra to outclass it in every way possible. Tensor, despite its constant improvements, is not elite at the moment. Now, in terms of its software, both promise 7 years of software and security updates, which is good because both these phones are pioneering the AI phase within the Android ecosystem, and 7 years is a long time to get it right. However, nowadays, it just feels like even if a phone doesn't improve in any other category, it must improve its AI capabilities. Trust Samsung to play it safe and do the same thing on the S25 Ultra. The S25 Ultra has the Pixel equivalent of the call notes feature with the capability of recording your calls. This is also announced to the other party to avoid privacy concerns. And after all that, you can then summarize the call itself. Another feature that was introduced on the S25 Ultra is another Pixel-like feature that is called Best Face. A very original name. This works just like Pixel's Best Take, which analyzes multiple photos taken in quick succession, automatically selects the best facial expression from each person in those photos and then merges them into one single picture. There are other Pixel equivalent features such as Draw Assist, which turns prompts into images, and we also have Audio Eraser, which removes background noise and conversations in video content. Although there is one AI feature on the S25 Ultra I haven't seen yet on the Pixel 9 Pro XL or any Pixel for that matter, and that is Auto Trim, which removes redundant footage in your video content. Despite significant improvements in its AI features, it is obvious Samsung is still playing catch up with Google on the S25 Ultra. On the bright side though, every smartphone is playing catch up to Google at this point. Okay, let's talk about the cameras on these phones, and the S25 Ultra's camera spec is quite similar to the S24 Ultra with the new next-gen Pro Visual Engine. So we have a 200 megapixel wide-angle lens with a 1.7 aperture, a 50 megapixel ultra-wide lens with a 1.9 aperture, a 10 megapixel telephoto lens with a 2.4 aperture, and a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto lens with a 3.4 aperture. On the other hand, the Pixel 9 Pro XL has a 50 megapixel wide-angle lens with a 1.7 aperture, a 48 megapixel ultra-wide lens with a 1.7 aperture, and a 48 megapixel telephoto lens with a 2.8 aperture. Samsung improved the ultra-wide camera on the S25 Ultra with more megapixels and a larger aperture, which would translate to better performance when taking landscape images in low light conditions. Maybe this will solve Samsung's high saturation with the ultra-wide lens. I can't wait to see that. The Pixel 9 Pro XL does pretty well in low light conditions regardless of the lens being used. Thanks to Real Tone, I also prefer the image processing software on the Pixel as a dark skinned person. The S25 Ultra still makes me look orange, and it's been 3 years since I've been complaining about this issue. When it comes to its video aspects, Samsung maintains everything that was seen on the S24 Ultra and introduces the ability to now shoot with a log profile in Pro mode video, which is maybe one of the best features on the S25 Ultra. And I think camera nerds like myself are going to love this because we have been asking for competition for the iPhone 16 Pro or whatever iPhone that comes out. And I mentioned this in a recent video of mine. You can check that in the description or I'll put it somewhere. I said that Samsung needs to focus on bridging the gap between the iPhone and the Samsung, especially when it comes to its video. And I think this feature should make the S25 Ultra go toe to toe with the iPhone. I'm still yet to test it out in full detail, but these are side-by-side shots with the Pixel 9 Pro XL and the S25 Ultra. One thing the S25 Ultra does that I really like is convert its footage to Rec 709 onto spots, which is pretty dope. Okay, I'm just gonna be direct here. The S25 Ultra is obviously the better phone. It wins in many of the categories that we already said, with an impressive upgrade in video shooting capabilities and a potentially better performance than its previous generation, which was already better than the Pixel 9 Pro XL. So pricing is not changing this year, which is really good. So for the base model of the S25 Ultra, you're going to be spending around 1900 Canadian or 1300 USD, which is very good. I'm pretty sure for the other variants, you're going to be spending way more than that, especially with no expandable storage. 1300 USD is very expensive, and I think it's even $200 more than the Pixel 9 Pro XL. First impressions, if you're looking for the best Android phone to buy right now, I think that would be the S25 Ultra because it just gives you everything you're looking for. Better performance, a good battery life, good display, and of course, improvements to its camera. Also, another perspective from a first impression standpoint, the S24 Ultra might even just be the better phone because it will be cheaper by the time this video comes out or by the time Samsung releases the S25. But what do you guys think? Are you impressed with the S25 Ultra or did you expect more? Comment down below and let me know. There is going to be a lot more Samsung videos coming this week and the next and the next and the next. So make sure you are subscribed, like this video so that everyone can see everything new about the S25 Ultra. Thank you guys for watching this video. My name is KJ and I'll catch you guys in the next one.